baby. You got it going on, you know.
Yes. Ooh, got a little Barry White going on. You can call this power lunch. Inspiration. Wait for a few people to come in first before I start. Put a little happy music on, upbeat. Dun, 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 dun.
My first, my last, my everything. You're the answer.
Okay. Let me sit this down. Who came in? Who joined in? Introduce yourself. Where are you coming in from? And introduce myself. I'm Cheryl Howard, founder, CEO of Get Your Life Back Inspiration Life Coaching. I am an inspiration and empowerment strategist and specialist where I help people overcome their barriers and break through barriers to propel into their purpose. So that could be a barrier in your relationship, your communication, your career, spiritually, naturally, in different areas of your life. And so I come alongside and help people break through those barriers or perceived barriers that they feel are hindering them or keeping them stuck from achieving their goals, whatever that goal is in life. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for tuning in. I'm on a break, so I said, let me hurry up and do this good scope about. I'm going to turn the music down now. I'm here jamming. Wanted to play something upbeat. Get you through half of the day. Hey, thanks for joining. What's your name? What is your name? Or what are your names? So anyway, while you introduce yourself to me, and I already introduced myself to you, I want to get right into the message real quick because I think I got about maybe half hour, but I don't want to stay on a half hour. But you know it's easy to do that on social media depending on how the discussion goes. So I titled it, Get Rid of the Junk Drawer. And today I want to talk about ways to declutter your mind, your spirit, your life, and how a lot of times we have to start with doing things externally. And of course, there's a lot of work you need to do internally as well. But sometimes to declutter yourself internally, you have to declutter things externally because it helps clear your mind or give you a feeling of now I can, you ever get that moment like, okay, now I can do this. Now I can see clearly. So sometimes things have to be in order on the outside in your environment so you can function internally. And I also have individuals friends, family, and clients who, for them, that's been their approach. A good example, cleaning the house up. Sometimes they feel chaotic because everything is disorganized. And in order for them to be able to have a clear mind and clear thought and a clear spirit, they had to organize everything around them on the outside. And then inside, they felt better. So sometimes doing work on the outside does help us internally as well. And so I want to get into why I called it Get Rid of the Junk Drawer, which was my external process for decluttering my mind, having disorganized thoughts. And I wrote my little notes down so I won't forget. Having disorganized thoughts and not being clear about certain things. Or if you're a person like me who's like a visionary and you're always getting ideas, or there's sometimes you get these moments where there's a lot of things you're trying to accomplish at one time. And it's like, okay, you have to learn to put things in order and organize everything, and you have to start with the mind because you have to organize these thoughts. I get thoughts running all over the place. It's like a busy airport, flights taking off, flights landing, and trying not to cross. And so I had to learn in my own life how to organize things on the outside so I can feel better inside and I can organize my thoughts and everything. Someone had actually joined one of my scopes. Tuned into one of my scopes. I think it was yesterday, day before yesterday. And I don't know, she's not, maybe not here now. I'm not sure. I forgot the young lady's name. And she was saying what was making it difficult for her to find out what her message is or what her purpose is was that her thoughts were all over the place. And so I kind of gave her a few things that she can do to kind of start the process in decluttering all of those thoughts. And one of them was journaling, of course, writing everything down and even knowing how to organize that, which is another thing I want to get into as well. So anyway, I called it junk drawer because I don't know about you. I'm sure a lot of you either you or family members always have this junk drawer in the house. There's always like one drawer that got everything in it, and it's like the go-to drawer. But the problem with the go-to drawer is that there's so many different items in there that's not even organized till it's messy. You still can't find anything. Ain't that chaotic? And that's also dysfunctional if you really want to get deep. I'm not saying it's bad having a junk drawer, but it was just a good example for me because that's a place I wanted to start. And I remember my mother always having this junk drawer. And so a lot of other people have as well. And I said, you know what, because I felt sometimes cluttered inside, especially my mind, I promised myself that when I get on my own, become a grown woman and get my own place, I will not have a junk drawer because for me, it represented chaos. So for me, I started with not having a junk drawer. I do have a drawer in the kitchen where I have, a few sponges to wash, for the sink and towels and what you call it when you wear the gloves. Can't think of the name right. Pot holders and that things that you need in the kitchen. But that's organized because it pertains to everything I need in the kitchen. I know is in that drawer. Matches in case my gas stove don't want to ignite and give me some fire. I can go there and pull out my matchbox and I can go ahead and start the fire. So things like that. But that's okay because everything in there is associated with the kitchen. There's not like things that belong in the bedroom, in the junk drawer, living room stuff is not in the junk drawers. Everything that pertains to a kitchen is in that drawer, so it's not a junk drawer. But I did that for myself because I wanted to feel I was organized. So that was my journey into learning how to become organized. And so I had to start with external things. That was my process and my approach. So another way of starting to get rid of clutter or things in your life that seem to get in the way. They are barriers. They serve as barriers. They make you feel stuck because you're stuck on, I don't know what to do next. I know I need to do this and I know I need to complete this task, but I don't know what to do next. Get rid of things that's like dead weight in your life. Dead weight. That's like dragging you. And they are barriers. They can be relationships. Come on, somebody. That you do not need, that you may have to hit delete. Even on your social media, you may have to delete. If you have individuals who are like legions, they pull on you. That's an indicator that you need to remove yourself from them. And it may not be permanently, or maybe you just have to allow yourself more space between how often you engage with that individual, how often you come and you encounter that person and their behaviors. Because not that you feel you're better than them, but you're trying to be a better person. You're trying to clear your life and declutter your life. And sometimes we have to remove certain people out of our presence, out of our inner circle, if you will, so you can focus and do the things you need to do. And that's not always easy to do because we have relationships. Sometimes it's functional relationships. And then sometimes we feel that because a person has been in our life for so long and it actually, in some kind of way, the relationship have benefited you and benefited them, it's hard to do that, to kind of divorce from that type of relationship. But it's so awesome because with God, He'll help you do it gradually. Sometimes you don't even have to do it. He'll move it for you. Especially if you have a difficult time of relinquishing certain relationships like that. He'll come and do it for you. But not only that, that's a process as well sometimes. But if they're complete chaos in your life, if they really depleting from sucking the life out of you, then sometimes you have to go into that warfare mindset. I have to do this so I can have my sanity. Got to clear that mind. So getting rid of that, getting rid of a disorganized life, again, starting externally, doing things on the outside. So sometimes doing things externally can definitely help you internally. Sometimes when you see things chaotic on the outside, it also can be a reflection of what's going on internally inside of you. And sometimes what's going on inside of you shows externally. So it works both ways. One of the signs of depression, working with people I know who battle with depression, is I have one particular client in the past where you could hardly get into her house. Things was all over the floor. And she just came to a point where she felt stuck. basically it was a sign that she gave up inside. She gave up. She didn't want to live life anymore. She felt like she didn't care, because that's what happened. It have nothing to do with, this is the misconception. A lot of times people on the outside who don't understand depression, a lot of us battle with it and don't even realize it, because we can have little spurts and bouts of depression. They can interpret it as you being lazy, and it's not the case. One of the signs of symptoms of depression is that you lose interest. You lose interest and you feel like you just don't care about things. Nothing to do with being lazy, where you have everything is there. You just feeling like, I don't feel like doing that right now. I'm not tackling that right now. That's going to wait till tomorrow. You start procrastinating. No, sometimes you have those same symptoms, but the bottom line, what's under it, is that you're battling with depression. So you've given up interest, the determination, your will. It's like you feel powerless. You feel a sense of hopeless, and you can't move from there. That's the difference with that. So, and you'll see that externally, what's going on the outside, like, wow. Especially when you know an individual, you know them to be a clean person, kind of an organized person, and having some vigor in their life. And then all of a sudden you start seeing this pattern that's not their normal behavior. Sometimes that's an indicator that they're going through something. Depressed right now, they lost interest right now. So you just start not to care, not taking care of your hair, not grooming yourself, not cleaning up the house. You barely cooking. I mean, all of that. So pay attention to people in your life around you. That's a little side note. Okay, so decluttering. Let's declutter. So I talked about the mind. When you're dealing with decluttering your mind, you helping also to declutter your spirit. Things that are troubling you. Things that so chaotic, it starts to weigh on your spirit, where you start to feel almost like depressed. You just feel like a weight on you. And a lot of times you just start with doing like a simple task. Like for me, decluttering that drawer, for me, symbolize, okay, I'm decluttering my life. I'm becoming organized. So that represents organization for me. So it gave me hope, and it gave me a sense of, it gave me encouragement, and it gave me a sense of hope. And so that was like the beginning, so it's like also dealing with the mind and transforming the mind, you're transforming your cognitive processes, the way you think about things, and then that helped you to change the way you feel about things. And then that will change your behavior. Hopefully, not in all cases, but most of the time it does work on some level. Like I said, it's a process. Don't expect things to happen overnight. Dealing with that and having that empty spirit. So you start to do these things step-by-step process. You'll start to feel a difference gradually. And please surround yourself with some people who are positive in your life as well to help you on that journey. Get your friends, your family, or tag them all. And there are people who, well, I can't say that for everybody, but a lot of times there are people that's in your life that'll come along and help you. I mean, if you have those friends, you can be honest with them and say, look, I'm trying to just change things because what I've been doing is not working for me, evidently, and I need to make a change. And some of us got those people who are very good. They have a type personality. They kind of anal. They very organized. And I've learned from those kind of people who are way more organized than me, like everything is in order. I actually love that. And it does make you feel better. And it does boost your self-esteem and your confidence and your emotions, because you feel good when everything is in order. You know where everything is at. It makes your life works much easier. You know where to find your pen. You know where your book's at. You know where your sticky notes are. It just makes life much easier for you instead of you all over the place in that junk drawer. I know I put it here. So I just put that so-and-so. I just had her number. Let me tell you, and my mother does that too. I'm like, oh my God. But she does it more her older age, which is understandable. But I just think about it. I'm like, wow. Because, you learn from everybody. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have people's notes. Because I've done that. I'm telling you. So this is from experience. Taking little notes and writing things all over the place. And this is what the young lady said when she came into one of my scopes. She said, it feels like I'm all over the place. And I know how you feel. That's why I said, start writing things down. You can organize a book with some tabs or something. You can have sections in your book where you just have certain things in order. Here, I'm putting my dreams. Here, I'm putting my goals. I'm putting my things to-do list. I even have files where I put, like if I have a lot of things to do, the first thing, what I just need to do is program myself to say, okay, what's the first thing I'm going to do when I come in? I'm going to look in my folder that says things to do. So anytime I have tasks I need to complete, I'm going to go to my list of things. This is probably backwards in there. List of things I got on here. Responsibilities to do. And put it in a folder. And also doing the same thing at home. Because how you going to run a business, a ministry, or anything if you don't know how to organize something? Now, everybody's not the best at it. There's some great CEOs and presidents and directors who own companies and ministries and businesses and everything, and they may not be the best, so they delegate somebody to do it. The bottom line is that they have some kind of way of having things organized in their life, or in their business, so things can flow easily, and it just makes it creates more success, and it makes you feel happier actually. So, and then your people are satisfied, your customers, your clients, your participants, whoever, congregants, satisfied. And it also is an example to other people as well. So that was me getting rid of the junk drawer and decluttering my own life. And a way to declutter your thoughts, your mind, your spirit, because it has an overall holistic effect. I'm like all about holistic, about helping every part of your being, your mind, your spirit, your body, your soul, all in sync together. Every joint need, every joint supplied. So this way, everything in your life is functioning in a healthier way instead of being dysfunctional in your life. And come on, that's attractive to people. People see you got it together, you organize. Like I say, you may not be perfect at it, but there's some type of structure in your life, and other people can glean from and say, oh, okay, go ahead. And it's so funny because at work, and not that my house, pretty much stays in order, of course, for the normal, okay, I put these over here for now. My clothes on the side. The area, I got a stack of clothes that got to go into the laundry when it's time for me to do laundry. Everybody place get a little, not everybody place get sloppy. Some people place get a little declutter. Every once in a while you have stuff. Come on, you live in that space. Unless you're that type of person that as soon as you get home every day, everything goes in its place. Sometimes we don't have time for that. I'm working a business. I'm a parallelpreneur. I am working 8:30 to 5 actually, to be exact, and I'm running businesses on the side. So I don't always have time to come home every day, and I'm okay with that. But still, you can come into my home and see that I'm a neat person. I'm not nasty. It's the difference between being nasty and sloppy and just a few things are junky today. I went into the best of homes. We're human beings. Life happens. Things happen. Things get in the way. You don't feel good. You're tired. You're overwhelmed. You know what? Set aside a day for that as well. I'll get to you on Saturday. Designate a time and day. I will do the laundry on Saturday at this time and multitask. And I know everybody's not the same at multitasking. Maybe you're able to handle 2 things at a time. That's another way of staying organized, and you don't be all over the place and you're not worrying about all of the things you have to do. Set 2 tasks, okay, at a time. Sometimes I'll put the laundry on, because come on, once you put the clothes in, you're not doing anything else. You're not standing there waiting for the clothes to stop. And I'll go do one more thing while that's cleaning, and I'll plan it. Okay, while I'm doing clothes, I'm going to do this. And I'll just go ahead and do that, and I'll worry about everything else, for the rest of the day. Because a lot of people come to me and go, I got all these things and I need, and what I find is that they worry about things they can't change, or they worry about things that haven't even occurred yet. Why are you worrying about the future? Let's deal with now. A lot of times when you do that, you bring on unnecessary stress and anxiety. And I don't need to invite anxiety into my life. And I'm sure you don't want to invite anxiety into your life. So this is also ways to decrease or to decrease and to prevent yourself from having rising anxiety, worrying about stressing and worrying about things that haven't even occurred yet. That's one of the things I do when I help clients who suffer with anxiety and worry all the time. A lot of times they are worrying about things that haven't even happened. It's like, but that's next month. Why are you in September? Why are you in October? We're in September. You don't know what can happen between now and then. How about let's do some things now. As October rolls in, we'll deal with that as it comes. And for you, it may be easy. For some people, they don't know how to do that. And so they really need help in, how to do that. How to put that aside. Even if it's a real concern that's coming up, write it down. October issues or concerns or dilemmas or things you need to fix, whatever. Write that down under October and leave it in October. Let's just worry about September now, please. Let's just do that. Let's make life more simpler as much as possible, because we know, again, unexpected things happen that you have no control over. And if you can't learn how to cope and work through those things now, what are you going to do when those things happen? You're going to be pulling your hair out and losing it completely. And we don't need you to do that. I need you to be here. I need you to be present so you can show up and do what you need to do in your life so you can function well. Get rid of the weight, get rid of the barriers, and you can do the things you need to do and be a happier person. Be a joyful person. Be more pleasant to be around. Come on, you're annoying or you become unpleasant to be around when you are in this cycle of, again, feeling unorganized and cluttered and out of control. That don't feel good. And why I say dysfunctional sometimes, because some people, they live their life like that all the time, and that's dysfunctional. You can't function like that. Things you wondering why. Maybe it's because you need to learn how to declutter and how to organize your thoughts, declutter your mind, your soul, your spirit, and that alone may change your whole feeling about yourself, thinking, thoughts, and you'll feel better about things. So it could be something as simple as that. It may not be something big. It may just be. That did not sound good. But maybe you just have to do one thing, make one change in your life, and that can just create a whole dominoes effect. Everything else will start falling in place. That happens a lot of times. You start doing one thing and everything just start to kind of fall in line and fall into place. So I hope I helped somebody learning how to have more of a clear mind, organize your thoughts, organize your tasks, organize your goals, whatever your purpose, whatever the things that you want to do in life and you want to accomplish, but you're getting in your own way. Learn how to take those things externally, sometimes starting from the outside. Do the necessary work you need to do. It for you, let it be a symbol of, I'm on this journey of decluttering. I'm on this journey of getting rid of the junk, getting rid of barriers that I create. A lot of times we create ourselves that's blocking you from moving forward or completing the next task, if you will. And just start there. Give yourself grace. Always talk about this. Give yourself grace so you don't condemn and beat yourself up if you fail at doing it the first time. Give yourself grace. Forgive yourself and just move on. Don't stay stuck there, because that'll be another trick of the enemy. Here you go again. Here you keep doing the same thing. Oh. That's another thing. A way of decluttering and clearing your mind is dealing with those thoughts that do not help you. The Bible talks about how you can't add to your life by worrying and being stressful. They don't add to your life. They can't add another 10 years or 100 years, whatever. So learn how to combat those thoughts, delete those thoughts, replace them with something pleasant, whatever it is, or whatever action, whatever behavior, whatever song, whatever it is you need to do to change the way you're thinking and get rid of those thoughts that you may be feeling plagued with often, that do not help. They don't add, like I said, to your life. They don't make you feel better. Get rid of those thoughts, because that's another thing. That's decluttering the mind again. You have to start there as well, so you can feel better. So I think I pretty much covered everything, and you won't feel all over the place, and you getting rid of all of that and getting rid of the thoughts, and now you have more of a clear mind, and you start to become a pro at it. So it's not that you're never going to deal and battle with these thoughts and barriers that come along, but you have a better approach and you have a better strategy of knowing how to deal with it. I know how to handle this situation. You know what worked. Get rid of what doesn't work. That's another thing. Get rid of what does not work. What has not worked all this time? Because we all know that's considered insanity. Doing something over the same way over and over again, but you're still expecting a different result. That is insanity. It don't make any sense. How do you expect to see something change if you don't change your strategy, if you don't change your approach to solving this problem or to resolving this issue? That don't work. So take that off the list. Don't even try to do it that way again. Do something different to get a different result. So I hope I helped somebody during this little lunchtime I had. And I just want to mention that I'm speaking on more about cognitive transformation on September 23rd. I am so honored to be part of this wonderful teleconference called Operation Now by a friend. Her name is Nadia Plunkett. She's a coach as well, and she's doing a 21 days of empowerment teleconference. So that means you can just call in and tune in and hear some wonderful, phenomenal speakers talking about health and wealth and money and business and ministry and all kinds of areas of your life, and just bringing their own stories of triumph and overcoming, and how they use their stories and situations to launch their businesses or improve their lives, improve their health, and just so many different areas of life that people are discussing. And I mean, it's so many nuggets. You just need to really tune in. You can go to bit.ly/I am operation. I believe that's all in caps, uppercase letters. Bit.ly's lowercase /I am operation now. If that's wrong, it's Operation Now, but I believe it's I am Operation Now, and you can sign up, or you can go to my website at lifeback.com. That is get, G-E-T, lifeback.com, and I have a link in there for you to also, or actually just sign up on my page, or send me an email, and then I'll send you all of the information, what the number to call, the code to put in, and when to tune in. Every night it is at 8 o'clock, going on from the beginning of September to September 30th. So every night there are like 2 or 3 speakers coming in for everybody's speaking about 10 to 15 minutes. But it's been so awesome every night. You just need to come and tune in. I'm saying somebody will definitely speak to you into your situation, and somebody has to answer to your question. Whatever that question is, I'll guarantee you somebody has the answer, and it also will be packaged at the end. Nadia is going to have it where you can buy the whole package. But right now, every broadcast is going to be available for 24 hours, and you'll be able to go back and listen to the replays. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to be talking again on September 23rd about cognitive transformation and success, and how the two work together. And I mentioned a little bit of that earlier. When you do all the work that I just discussed earlier about getting rid of the junk drawer and decluttering and organizing, it's going to help you in those other areas of your life, and you'll have more success. And not necessarily monetary success, but just success in your life, your relationships, things that you're trying to achieve, things that you're trying to accomplish. It's more successful when you are working with a healthy mindset. So I'm going to get more into that during that teleconference. But please connect with me. And if you want to work alongside with me, I offer 30-minute free power chats. So call me. And thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, go to getlifeback.com and connect with Cheryl Howard, your inspirational and empowerment life strategist. Be blessed.